Test 1 2 3. We are live and direct here on my YouTube channel. I've decided to start a book reading club where every Wednesday at 10 a.m. I read an excerpt of one of the books that I'm reading. So I'll just pick up where we are, and if you guys like the book reading, I'll start to do more of it, and we'll even maybe select actual books to read. Now there's almost 500 subscribers on the channel. It's something that I can integrate into the weekly routine. But my guess is, if you guys subscribe to my channel, you're probably familiar with Ed Milet. This is his most recent book, Power of One More. And I started following Ed about a little over 2 years ago. Even though he doesn't talk about it much anymore, his main success, he's a sales guy, but he had a lot of success in real estate. He started off lower level doing like single family fix and flips, and then eventually ended up buying buildings and that type of thing. But his story touches home with me mostly because his father, who's now passed away, and this is a big part of what he shares, and what I believe is one of the important factors of why a lot of people follow him. Ed's father, I forgot his name, but Ed's father was an alcoholic. Ed, as a kid, he was the oldest son, and he had to take care of his alcoholic father. He had to deal with him coming home in whatever mood, feed him, put him to bed, really take care of him, protect his siblings in case he was to get violent. So Ed, as a teenager, experienced his father in his deepest, darkest alcoholic moments, where in his lowest of lows. And so some of the stuff that he shares, not just in this book, but everything that he talks about, is in relation to having, well, he's the son of an alcoholic father. I don't have children. At some point, maybe. But I'm now also sober, and so it's a different perspective of, now this guy, his net worth is almost $1 billion. And like I said, he was raised by a father who had a really hard time with his isms, and he ended up dying sober. So Ed, as a son, was able to watch that whole process. And now he's had a lot of success, not only in business, but in the personal self-improvement space, the mindfulness space. He's probably a top 5 speaker in the world right now. And mostly because he shares his real story, his life, and his perspective as a kid growing up and watching his alcoholic father struggle with life. Training your matrix to get what you want. The next and most obvious question then becomes, how do I train my matrix to get what I want? There are simple concepts, concrete ways to do this. You start by planting a seed in your matrix. Think about a situation you want to influence. For example, I want to lose weight. Next, give more directed thought to the specific outcome you want. In this case, I want to lose 20 pounds over the next 6 months. Finally, start creating visualizations. Finally, start creating visualizations how you ideally want that goal to play out. Let your imagination hear the conversations, actions, exercise, foods, and other details you'll need to reach that goal. To lock in your matrix, you'll need to replay these things over and over with intention. So again, he's giving clear steps of how to visualize and then manifest, and he's giving an example when it comes to losing weight. So that's what this book talks about a lot, right? The power of our brain and things that we can do with intention, such as visualization and manifestation and things like that. When you do this, you're unleashing your matrix to go to work for you. One more thinkers must also put actions to these thoughts. So it's one thing for me to visualize and to think about it, but then I also must make that effort. So in the example of working out, losing weight, I got to go work out. I can't just think about it. You can't just wish your way to success, he says. He gives another example here. And that's why I like his writing style, because he'll take a page or two and then he'll break it down. He'll give examples to make sure that me as the reader understands it. So if you're not like a power reader or you don't comprehend well, the way that he writes, you'll be able to retain this information. When you do this, you're unleashing the matrix to go to work for you. One more thinkers must also put actions to these thoughts. It's not enough to mentally convince yourself. You can't wish your way to success. Okay, now let's say you want a dog. You love huskies, but you never notice how many of them you see during your day until you set your mind to work, deciding that's the kind of dog you want. Suddenly, you see huskies everywhere, right? I mean, so like when you're car shopping or when you buy a car, at least for me, you suddenly see them everywhere. Hey, Mr. Jeffrey, thanks for tuning in. Downtown Jeffrey, we got to meet up for coffee sometime. Appreciate your support. Have a great day. I'm just doing some reading here. If you get a chance, come back and check out this book. It's definitely a good read. Okay, so he talks about the next part here, another example with the car, like I was just saying. He said, how about your dream car? Maybe all your life you dream of owning a Porsche. It's one of those someday dreams, but with no actual timetable in place. Then your career takes off. You get a big raise. Your someday Porsche dream starts to become real. You see online ads, TV commercials, billboards for Porsches. Every time one passes you on the freeway, your brain fires off. You have a chance meeting with a guy who already drives a Porsche. Your matrix elevates and your dream is even higher state. When these things happen, your matrix has taken the first step in moving you closer to what you want in life. Yeah, Jeffrey, for sure. Have a great day. And so again, his writing style, it's easy to comprehend because this is more of a textbook than like a novel. So my goal is Wednesdays at 10 a.m. We'll do a quick reading from the book, and if you guys show some support in the comments or in the community tab, where I'm going to put a poll, I will continue to do it, and maybe we'll even launch an actual book club. Happy Wednesday.